C-suite gang at CNN likely thought they'd caught Trump in a very well-coordinated trap. 2020 election, January 6th, E. Jean Carroll, and so on and so on. But soon it became clear that they were the ones in a trap, and they were totally out of their league because Trump hammered them on issue after issue.
A country has to have borders. There's never been anything like is happening to our country right now.
You built about 52 miles of new wall. About
okay,
52
can I
miles
respond?
Of new wall.
This is what she does. I built hundreds of miles.
Can you say if you want Ukraine or Russia to win this war?
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying.
But you won't say that you want Ukraine to win. You
know what I'll say? I'll say this. I want Europe to put up more money. We had no inflation. We had the lowest energy prices we've had in decades. This country was rocking and rolling. And by the way, we had the most secure border in the history of our country.
Mr. President,
Joining me now, Mike Huckabee, former Arkansas governor, and Ben Domenech, editor-at-large for The Spectator and Fox News contributor. Now, Ben, if you had any doubts as to how CNN felt about this spectacle tonight, they apparently had allocated for this town hall 90 minutes, but it went less than 70 minutes. Isn't that odd? I mean, usually you want to go over because it's so compelling.
Oh my
God! But what
gosh,
does that tell you about how this went from their perspective? It's
as if they realized along the way, oh Lord, what have we done? we've introduced all of the things that made this guy a success. Again, thanks to CNN. Congratulations, CNN. Congratulations, Caitlin Collins. You have injected all of the kind of energy that this guy had before back into his effort to become president again. And look, I give it to him. It's in this situation, he responded to the questions that were put in front of him, and he knocked them out of the park. And what are we to be surprised about, when it comes to this? This is exactly the kind of forum in which he succeeds. We know this now, and CNN should know this now. There's no trap to be sprung. This is something that is just jet fuel for the kind of situation that allows Donald Trump to succeed time and again, which is confronting our media elite with the hypocrisies, the lies, and the ubiquitous elitist absurdities that they roll out over and over and over again in front of the American people, calling them for what they are.
Governor, I spot on analysis. And Governor, Trump kind of flipped the script on all of them when he was asked about Roe v. Wade.
Getting rid of Roe v. Wade was an incredible thing for pro-life. I consider the other side to be radical. Remember the debate with Hillary Clinton? They said, rip the baby out of the womb at the end of the 9th month. They will kill the baby in the 9th month. If you look at that crazy governor of Virginia from the former governor, where he said, no, the baby will be born, and then we'll decide essentially whether or not to execute the baby. Mr. President,
Governor, he did that to Hillary so brilliantly in that 2016 debate, and he hasn't forgotten that trick of how to make them the radicals on the issue, which, of course, they are.
And neither have the voters, Laura. We all understand why he was able to be so successful, because he takes it straight on. He walked into the belly of hell tonight, faced the devil straight on, and he went in with a fire hose and a couple of ribeyes, and before it was over, he grilled the ribeyes, put the hose aside, and walked out with them having to shut the thing down because they ran out of soap. Now, let's be fair. People who hate Trump still hate him after tonight. People who love Trump, people like me, really enjoyed this, tremendously enjoyed this. And then there are people who just aren't sure, but after tonight they are reminded why Donald Trump was such an effective president, because he just could not be pinned down by these pinheads. And it was just classic. And poor Caitlin, she tried so hard to dominate him. She just wasn't up to it. And constant interruptions, really unprofessional, and he owned the night in a spectacular way.
Yeah, Ben, Trump also ended up offering some advice to the Republicans in Congress on that fight over the debt limit. Watch this.
I say to the Republicans out there, congressmen, senators, if they don't give you massive cuts, you're going to have to do a default. And I don't believe they're going to do a default.
Just to be clear, Mr. President, you think the U.S. should default if the White House does not agree to the spending cuts Republicans are demanding?
You might as well do it now because you'll do it later, because we have to save this country.
Ben, your thoughts on that strategy?
Well, I think that one of the things that's key here is to understand that, the president understands negotiation, above all. It's something that's historically been, one of his strengths. And I think that Republicans historically have been very bad at it. I think that the current leadership in the House, including Kevin McCarthy, are being quite good at it, are saying, look, we have these basic things, we're going to stick to them, even if all the media calls us crazy, that we are going to demand from this debt ceiling fight. And I think that his comments tonight should just, bolster those Republicans who are sticking with an overall leadership that, frankly, includes everybody. It includes conservatives and moderates and everybody else, within the coalition that is trying to exact some kind of clear caps and clear spending cuts from